everybody, how are you? This is Ann from Myrtle Beah State Park filming live. We had technical difficulties here. We were inside and literally at the last minute we rushed outside, so bear with us. I don't even have my hat on because I was inside, but we have all our gear. So what we're going to do something really fun today, and Michaela's going to be leading it, Ranger Michaela. And so we're going to do 3 different crafts today, and we hope that all these crafts you have, all these materials you have, hopefully you looked at the material list that we posted yesterday. So we're going to talk all about birds. It'll be bird crafts, and then I'll come back and talk about a couple fun facts about birds. So we're going to be switching back and forth, Michaela. So on to Michaela and crafts. Have fun today.
Good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Michaela. So our first craft, we're going to make a bird puppet. And it's quite fun. I made all these crafts, and just to let y'all know, I had so much fun making them. I even sent a video to my manager to make him laugh. So what we're gonna need to start is just a piece of paper. We're using recycled paper, and you can see I already have my bird drawn. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a marker or a pen or whatever you have at home, and you wanna draw out a bird. You can also draw out a bat, you could draw out a butterfly, you could draw out anything that really flies, whatever's gonna make you happy. And that's what you're gonna do.
And so adults should make one too, not just kids.
Yeah, we're crafty for everybody here. So I'm gonna give you a minute to just draw out your creature, whatever you choose to do. I'm gonna do a bird today because today's bird crafts. And then you're gonna get your scissors. Now if you're younger, make sure you have an adult supervising you. And we're gonna go ahead and cut out our birds. Hopefully all of you are a lot better at cutting than I am. I rarely ever stay on the given line. It's one of my faults, but you know, mistakes are beautiful in art. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out our birds. And make sure you're saving your scrap paper because it's gonna be important. You'll see when I show this to you that I did not stay on these lines at all.
Still looks pretty beautiful.
Thank you.
Can't be wrong when it's art. You can hear all the birds singing right now. We have Carolina wrens singing.
All right, y'all, there's my bird. You notice I'm not good with lines at all, but that's okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and make it a little fun and draw some eyes and color in my beak. So if you have a pen, if you have a marker, whatever you have at home, why don't you do the same? And you'll see it's looking more like a bird. So now what you're gonna do to make it a puppet, you wanna fold your bird in half like this. You see? And you gotta pick up your scissors again, and you're gonna make 2 little slits in it. And then you unfold. So now you can see I have a little hole right there, and a little hole right there. So now, if you're like me and are gonna use scrap paper, you wanna cut out about a 1/2 inch thick piece of paper, and you wanna cut it about 3 inches long. If you have bigger fingers, you might wanna cut it a little bit longer. If you have smaller fingers, cut it a little bit shorter. If you're not gonna use this, you can also use a twist tie from bread. If you don't have extra paper, you can use a pipe cleaner if you have a pipe cleaner, or if you have a hair tie, you can fashion that into your little puppet finger, piece of string, anything. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna start from the bottom of your bird, and you wanna feed it into your slits. Boop, boop, boop.
Some people are still drawing the bird. They're saying the kids are waiting to catch up a little bit.
Okay, just a reminder, this will be posted. So if I am going too fast, I apologize. We're trying to keep it at 30 minutes, but I will wait a couple seconds. If you guys are listening right now, you can hear all the birds in the background.
I hear a blue jay right now.
I bet everybody can look out their window today and see a bird. They're pretty cool.
Here's some birds. Birds
Watch
are all
them
nesting
fly
right now.
All right, y'all, so I'm gonna continue. Again, this video will be posted, so if you're still lagging behind, I apologize that I'm moving too fast, but we're gonna have to keep going. So what you can see is I fed it my little slip through one side, and you feed it through the other side, and it comes out like this. If you have a twisty tie, you're gonna do the same thing. And now you're gonna either take tape or glue. I'm gonna use tape because honestly, I'm very impatient for glue to dry. That's one of my faults, my impatience for watching paint dry is what I call it. And I'm just gonna tape it closed. So you see now I have a circle. Boop, boop. And I'm gonna put it on my finger, and now my bird can fly. And now you don't just have to make one, you can make a whole flock, and you can have multiple birds flying around. It's really fun, right? And super simple.
I'm trying to zoom in on the bird. They want to know how to draw the bird.
So what I did, so you can do it step by step. Here, let me pull out another piece of paper.
Yeah, let's redraw the bird slowly
We'll
for them to
redraw
catch
the
up.
bird.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna draw half a head. I'm doing this upside down, so it's not gonna be perfect, y'all. And then I'm gonna draw the beak on it.
You can draw any shape beak because birds
All have
come in different shapes and sizes with beaks and everything that Michaela's going to do. So it doesn't have to be exactly like Michaela.
So now I'm gonna take from the bottom of the bird head and I'm gonna draw out like a wing on both sides.
Like a banana.
Yeah, like a banana.
Ooh, or a crescent moon, banana crescent moon, that's very good.
And now most birds have a little bit of an arc, so I'm gonna arc the wing in like that on both sides. I'm gonna draw the rest of his body downward. And then you're just gonna kind of draw like a half fan.
You did a very good job upside down.
Thank you.
Okay.
So hopefully everybody has the bird drawing. I know that a lot of you are probably still catching up with us, but we're gonna switch over to Ann and she's gonna give you some fun facts. The next craft we're gonna make will use the toilet paper roll.
And I think I'm going to change up because y'all were still, maybe some of you are still trying to draw your wings and everything. So I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of different bird wings. And we're going to be talking about owls when we make our toilet paper owl roll. And so, you know, this is a great horned owl. And great horned owls, look at these long wings to help them glide and fly. I bet you some of you probably have owls in your backyard or in your local parks. This is a barred owl, and I'm gonna talk about a couple of what they look like. But then you have, you know, everybody, if you go to the beach, you have a gull, which a lot of you call a seagull, but it's really just gulls, and lots of different species or types of birds of gulls because they fly differently. To your typical crow, everybody sees a crow, and and some birds will be able to can soar. Some birds can swoop through the forest. Some can dive better. It just all depends on the different wings that you have. But I do want, because we're getting into I'm going to wait on the owl calls. But again, just to look at the different wings, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of inspiration when you are drawing your bird.
That looks like Star Trek.
Looks like Star Trek?
It does look like Star Trek.
Is it live, peace, and prosper? I don't
Well, I
watch
mean-
Live
Star-
long and prosper.
Oh, okay, it was close.
We like peace as well. Nothing wrong with peace.
All right.
Right.
All right, y'all. So now we're gonna make these fun little owls, and I'm gonna hold them up for you. They're really cute, but we're gonna make it really basic because I don't know how many crafty people out there have this kind of paper, this fun kind of stuff at home. So we're gonna make the really basic one. And this one's super, super simple. So we're gonna start off with a toilet paper roll, which was cut from a paper towel roll. So if you don't have a toilet paper roll, don't worry, just cut one off of a paper towel roll. We used all of ours making our
Or you could
displays.
roll up a piece of paper if you don't even
Yeah.
if you haven't used all your toilet paper yet.
Yes, so you can basically make just this. So first you're gonna take the top of it and you're literally just gonna fold it in on each other, and you're gonna be surprised that it's actually gonna kind of just hook together and stay. So again, what I did there, just fold it in on each other and it's gonna stay. And when you hold it up, it's gonna look a little funky. You kind of have to work it a little bit, but you'll kind of get the head of an owl. And so these are gonna be the tufts, which Ann's gonna talk about. They're called tufts. They're not actual ears, fun fact. And so now I hope everybody is close to following along. I'm trying to go a little bit slower. We're gonna pick up our scissors again, and from the tuft down, You want to go right down to this part. We're going to cut the wings. And so I'm going to turn to the side so you can actually see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up like a wing.
Hold up. I don't know if we can hear with the plane. We're going to hold up because we have a plane going over. Life at Myrtle Beah State Park. We have lots of planes going over and lots of traffic. Again, we were supposed to be inside today, but we had technical difficulties at the last second. Oh, that's a loud plane.
All right, y'all. So again, I came from the tuft straight down, and I cut one side of my wing. You can see where it goes up to. Boop. And now I'm going to cut right from the other cut and cut up on the other side of my wing. See? Bloop, 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 bloop. Now you're going to turn it around and do the same exact thing to the other side. So you're going to cut up and then cut
like a V.
Like a V, a rounded V.
Or it could be, it's whatever y'all do. Bird wings
That's
are different.
true.
So now
Can't be wrong.
you're going to pull both of those out. See? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hello. And now you're going to fold them in half, and that's just going to make them stick out and look more like a wing. Do, 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 do. So now you got your tufts, you got your wings, but he's missing some eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my eyes on. Fun fact about owl eyes, y'all, they can't actually move their eyes. You know how I can go like this? Owls can't actually do that because their eyes are way too big. So you see my eyes? So owls' eyes are way too big. In fact, if we had eyes the size of owls, they'd look like this. It's crazy. Ann's gonna talk about owl eyes too. And so now he's missing a beak. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw his beak. An owl beak is very important for him to survive. And now my owl is done. Now, if you are an arts and craftsy family, and you do have really cool paper or fun markers or anything like that lying around, you can make it look more like these ones. And so what I did for these is I just cut out the eyes and glued them on. And this paper is literally just wrapped around and taped. And then these little things that are feathers were just cut out of paper like this. And then I just glued them on starting from the bottom and went up. But we're gonna stick to really basic for today just because I don't wanna leave anybody out. I want everybody to feel like they're a part of this and having fun making crafts.
Could you draw feathers on?
Yeah, absolutely. Draw your feathers on. You can do whatever you want. Like you could literally go like this and start from the bottom. Whoop, 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 and then go up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hopefully y'all are better drawers than I am. I'm not very good at it.
Can we hear owls fly?
No, you can't. Owls have silent flight. Like that. And now if you could go back to Ann, she's going to talk about owls a little bit more.
So most of us in South Carolina, probably in the area, we have 3 different species or types of owls. And the first one is a small one, and it's a screech owl. Is that good? Turning, wait, it is.
Up a little bit.
Up a little bit.
Here you go.
So a screech owl, and what we're going to do is I want to talk about all the owl calls. So everybody right now out there, and I wish I could hear you, everybody make a sound of an owl. And most of you are probably going to do what? Well, not all owls hoot. And right now we have a very loud Carolina wren and a tufted titmouse going on. But we're going to do a screech owl. I bet you that's not what you thought it was going to be, was it? So screech owls, I don't know, what do y'all think it is? Sounds like, to me, sounds a little bit like a whinny of a horse or a little bit of a whistle, kind of haunting. And screech owls gives you an idea of the size. Very small bird. And remember we talked about the tufts on your toilet paper owl? Well, screech owls do have ear tufts, and those ear tufts help them camouflage against trees, you know, make them look like a tree bark or anything. But as Kayla mentioned, those aren't ears, and not all owls have tufts. Ears on owls are actually big holes in the side of their head. Some have holes that are actually side by side like that. Some are asymmetrical. It kind of all depends, which is pretty cool. So screech owls, and they'll nest in cavities, and they don't make nests like cardinals and other things like that. Then the next bird that we've been having on our park that we've been seeing lately is a barred owl, B-A-R-R-E-D, barred owl. And barred owls are a little bit bigger than much bigger than the screeches, to give you an idea. So we got that picture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, notice they have no ear tufts. No ear tufts. So again, their ear holes would be in here. You can see how big their eyes are. As Michaela said, huge eyes. And they can't move their eyes, so that's why they can move. They have to move their heads. And no, they cannot go 360 degrees. They just are pretty fast. So barred owl, this one, and then we're gonna do the barred owl call. Yeah, so say it.
If we have a question.
Oh, question.
If they don't
Wait.
If they don't make nests, where do they lay eggs?
So that's a great question. So they'll nest in tree cavities. Sometimes barred owls and screech owls will also nest in nest boxes. And now not all nest boxes are built, you know, birds are picky. Just like, you know, humans want different houses and different looking types of houses. Barred owls will want a smaller box. A barred owl or a screech owl will want a smaller box. A barred owl will want a little bit bigger box and different size holes. So you'd have to just look up literally nest box plans or owl box plans. Hey, that could be something cool for y'all to do if you have a backyard. It could be a good family project. You can make an owl box, or heck, any bird box. Maybe put up in your backyard. Most owls, maybe screech owls, not quite. Well, they're probably, all of them are on nests. The last bird we're gonna get to is probably, they're already getting ready to fledge. But barred owls are my favorite call. And again, it's not like your typical hoot owl. And Michaela gave you a little hint. It's like, who cooks for you? And they can also sound like monkeys. Oh, did we?
There's someone from Spain watching.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Wonder what owls they have in Spain.
You have a couple of barred owls going there.
You know who I think that sounds like? Cuckoo Cachoo.
Cuckoo, cachoo. Well, we could do a whole
That's the Beatles working
So
for you.
barred owls are pretty easily called in. They will respond to you. It might take them a while, but then they'll just be the symphony and who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? Ooh, ah, 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 oh, ooh, ah, ah, oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. It can sound like monkeys. They're really, truly amazing. They're pretty fun. So, screech owl, barred owl. Now we have the tiger of the night, the great horned owl, which this photo looks like I didn't take this photo. Was that better?
It was good the other way.
Oh, the other way?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it was taken during the day. And you know, most owls are gonna hunt during night. They're nocturnal, but hey, if there's food around. This is a mockingbird. A lot of you probably have mockingbirds in your yards with that white, and they're very territorial, very territorial. Great horned owls have ear tufts. They will nest in nests already made by hawks. They don't nest usually in cavities. They'll nest in a crook of a tree or use an old nest made by a hawk.
Someone said they heard that last night outside and they didn't know what kind of owl it was, and now they know.
That's exciting. We have a plane going over, so we're gonna wait.
That's the great owl in the sky.
And then, well, I'm still gonna wait on. No, it's going. It's a loud plane.
Cuckoo Cachoo.
So great horned owls are going to be your typical hoot owl. When y'all were probably making your call, your owl call, this is probably what you were making it sound like. We just heard one in the park early this morning. That's a food bag cry call. So that's a young one calling for food from the adult. And great horned owls, probably they're young or well hatched by now. They nest earlier in the season than other owls. They start earlier because they're bigger.
There's a question. I don't really understand it, but maybe you will.
Okay.
Can you attack a owl to come live in your area?
Oh, can you attract?
Attract. Okay,
Yeah.
that's probably what they meant. Yeah, okay. It says attack. Please don't attack owls.
Yeah, that person texts like I do. So, and I say that with love. So again, putting up owl boxes, like a bird box, where you have to have the right size and the right hole size for screech owls, the smaller one, the screech owls, and then also the barred owls. They might be attracted to a nest box. Great horned owls, they will nest in an old hawk nest or maybe in the crook of a tree, so you're not going to be able to attract them. So that's about the only way. You know, they're not going to come in for food or anything like with bird feeders and stuff. Good question, though.
We have another craft?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Here's our last
Ready
craft.
for your
All right,
craft.
Jill, so this will be our last craft. It's my favorite. It's a little bird puppet. I don't know if anybody remembers, but back when I was growing up, these were a thing. So down memory lane for all of you that remember this. So what we're gonna need is a piece of paper. Again, I'm using scrap paper. This is one of our old schedules, and it'll work fine. And it's also cardstock, so you're gonna see me having to press a little bit harder than you would normally have to on regular paper.
But you can use either one.
You can use either one, or you could use a fun piece of paper like I did here.
Someone wants you to make the owl noise again, but Eric, that's Eric.
All right. So what we're gonna do is you need to take one corner. It can be any corner on the paper, and you want to fold it directly up so that it is in line with the top of the paper. So you're essentially just making a giant square or giant triangle with your piece of paper. I obviously need to go back to school and learn my shapes, y'all. So then you want to really fold that edge over. Make sure you got a good solid fold. And so your paper should look like this. Now what you want to
Probably
do,
give them a little bit more time.
I'll give you a couple.
Well, while we have time, there's the one question about the owls.
Okay.
If one won't stop hooting outside my window, how can I get it to fly away? Screaming at it doesn't work.
I have to say, I think you should feel very lucky that you have owls so close. I mean, they could be courting, they could be getting ready to nest, but maybe they're already on nests. You have to embrace wildlife, because a lot of people would love to have that, but there's really no way to
So you're stuck with your owl, Tony.
enjoy your owl. You're very lucky.
So now that you have your paper looking like this, you're gonna go ahead and grab your scissors, and you're gonna cut off this extra piece right here. But make sure you save this scrap paper so that you can make your wings in a little bit. So again, just go ahead and cut off that piece directly in line with your triangle edge. Boom. So now you should have a giant triangle. It looks so pretty and perfect, right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold it over again and make another smaller triangle. And again, you really want to crease these edges, because the lines that those creases make are going to be really important. So I'll give everybody a couple seconds to do that. You know, to see how hard I have to squeeze, because mine's cardstock. And then once you're done, you can open it up. And you'll notice, I don't know if you can see because of the sun glare, but we can see the lines pretty good on my paper. That's going to be very important. So what we're gonna do now, if you're using recycled paper, you wanna make sure whatever has the writing on it is facing you when you put it down on the ground. So, our next step, you're gonna take one corner and fold it to the middle where all the lines meet. Make sure you see that. All right. It's easier to do if the paper is on the ground. I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing.
Put it on the ground and we'll get it.
And now you just want to do that to every corner. Fold in those edges. It doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. As you can see right now, I'm not very good at folding, like I'm not really good at cutting.
How did you pass kindergarten?
I have no idea. It was a long time ago. Long time ago, Barkley. So now you should have a pretty square, and you want to flip that over so it's face down.
You scared Barkley.
You don't have to flip it so fast.
I'm so sorry. So you want to flip it over so it's face down, and you want to fold in these edges to this middle again. So you want to do it just like this. Boop.
I never did these in school.
I did this with Michaela yesterday, so I could do it.
And one more. And now it should look like this. And what you want to do is you want to just fold it right in half. And really push it down. So you have a rectangle. And now you're going to fold it over so that you have a square.
Let's give everybody a breather. Let's find out if anyone is
Any questions?
lost.
Well, Penny said her daughter does it all the time and she's terrible at it. So now she's going to be awesome at it.
Woo, woo. Again, y'all, I used to do this when I was a kid, and you'd put colors on them, and then you'd like fortune tell almost. All right, y'all, so now we're gonna unfold, and you wanna take your pointer and your thumb and stick it in one side.
This is the harder part. I had trouble with this, so important. Thumb and index
Thumb
finger.
and index finger, and stick it in the other side. And then you want to fold it into a pyramid. You'll notice when you put your fingers in there, it's automatically going to try to do that. Boop, boop, boop. We're almost done. All right, so put that down. And now you want to get your scrap piece of paper, and you want to draw your wings out. Now these wings, as we have seen, can look like anything. So, I'm going to draw mine.
Oh, those are good
That's
ruffles.
a great
Very nice
wing.
And
Oh, that's
then
even better.
You're going to take your scissors, and you're going to cut them out.
See how you do not need to be an artist to do this, people.
Yo, I never said I was Van Gogh.
You might be Dolly. Picasso.
This is abstract art.
There you go.
It can look any way you want it to be. So as you see, I have two wings. One is bigger than the other, but we're not going to pay attention to that. And you can see I really am horrible at cutting out on the lines.
Just flip it over. There's no line.
So now you're going to take your fun little thing, and you're going to pick a side. You can pick these two, these two, these two. As long as they're opposite of each other, it doesn't really matter which ones you pick. And again, I'm using tape because I hate waiting for glue to dry. And you're going to glue it on this portion, so it looks like a wing, or tape it like me. Boop. And we'll go on the other side. You see how they're opposite? And we're gonna tape that. Oop. So, blah, you have your wings. And now I'm gonna draw a beak, and you'll watch me do this because
It's the jankiest part.
I'm great. So we're just gonna draw straight across here. I'm basically making a square around the center. See? And I'm gonna color it in with orange because I like my colors. Okay. My beak. And now I'm gonna draw my eyes. Again, you can make this really fun if you're an arts and craftsy family and have a bunch of cool stuff at home. See, that one looks much better than this one.
That looks good.
Look how you can cut, make them look more like feathers.
Yeah. So now you have your little puppet. I was sending videos to my family and my park manager of me going, tweet, 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 tweet.
And it could be any animal.
And it really could be any animal. You can make it a bunny for Easter if you wanted to.
Oh, good
You
idea.
can make it a little chick. But another fun thing to do with this is we always see birds eating bird seed outside, or picking berries, or picking up sticks. And so right here I have a paper clip, I have a button, and I have an eraser. And you can try to pick things up like a bird.
How cute.
The eraser was really easy. Oh, I got the button.
Yay.
Yay! And now the paper clip. I've had a lot of practice, y'all, so don't feel bad if you can't do this right off the bat. But also you can make it into a fun counting game if you're at home and counting's getting boring, learning from your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, guardian, whatever it is. You can make your bird puppets useful.
Very cute.
Do we have any questions?
Yeah, we might have a little bit of time for questions, but we're close to running out of time.
So far, there are no questions.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Do we have a little bit of time, Bart? Do you know?
It is
We're
10:30.
We're gonna go over our time right now so that we can talk about hollow bones with you and how birds fly.
Real quick, so birds have hollow bones, most birds, and because they have to be lightweight because they fly, and you know they lay eggs, so they're not carrying a lot of weight. Their feathers are lightweight. They don't have teeth to keep them lightweight. So there's just all these different things that birds have in order to keep them lightweight. So, you know, have fun with, go outside, whether you're on a balcony, you'll see birds flying around, you have a backyard, whatever, get outside, look at birds, have fun with them. Heck, you could take a garbage can lid, put water in it, and attract birds to your backyard just with water. That's
We
all
had
you
one
need.
question about, could you make a fox just turn the wings into ears?
Absolutely. You can make the fox put the ears right
Look
here.
at that creativity.
And you could even add little teeth in if you wanted to right here. You could glue them to the top
You could
portion.
draw a tongue in there.
You could draw tongues. You could do whatever you want. To make the puppets your own and have fun. Maybe you can do a puppet show for your
Puppet
family
shows.
later on.
Someone asked, could you do a barn owl? Do you know the barn owl sound?
Barn owl, oh, they sound more like a little bit of a woman screaming. It's a screech. Barn owls, B-A-R-N, are more open fields. So we don't have them around here. They're going to be more in the marsh, open grasslands, farm fields. So yeah, they're pretty cool. But I think we've run out of time. So again, this will be on video later on. So if we went too fast for you, you can go back and go back and stop and look to see exactly what Michaela did. But again, art is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have fun with it. And each bird and whatever animal you do is unique. So have fun, y'all, and stay safe.